Hey guys, just settling the selfie stick real quick.
The selfie stick.
The selfie stick. Hey, so we're gonna do another one from the park, but since it's getting late and the sunset's still kind of early, figured we'd do a quickie here. My sister, I completely abandoned her this morning because I was going to work on the challenge group stuff that I'm starting in another week. So one of the challengers have their stuff ready to go. But she took grandma. They did stuff. So talk nice and loud because there's another truck coming, even though we told them no more trucks. We're shooting here. Shooting.
And
wait.
watch. Here it goes.
Go. He could sense us looking at him. We're like freaking dogs, man. We're like, oh, car, chase it, get it.
Right, it's my car in black.
All right. It's just like WWE. We're shooting. Everybody shut up. Okay. So
And then a plane goes by.
right.
Oh, it really did go
Oh my
by, but it's too
God.
high to
Stop
make sound.
saying things.
Sorry.
Okay.
On to the reason we're here.
Yeah, tell him about. I totally did this wrong. My arm hurts. I'm going to try this.
Once you bring it closer, you can put your arm down.
Okay. Well,
Because you're shaking.
I'm going to settle right.
There you go. Shaking the toenails.
Your turn. Tell him.
So I put up my own video this morning because my little Fuji camera has about 5 to 7 minute capability of video. I'm like, I can do this. My sissy's not here. I can take initiative. And it was 22 seconds of, I did it. Bye. The
Very simple
aftermath.
to the point.
Because we have not done that aqua class in such a long time, it's pretty much like rock into the 50s underwater. But the pool is only 4.5 feet deep in the middle, and it wasn't even completely full today, so it was like 4 foot, which means like the water comes up to your chest and the rest of you is out of the water. So our little lady, she is not really little. She's actually pretty lean, but she's in her 60s, and she hops around like nobody's business. So for doing this, I used to think this isn't really doing very much for me when I first started, but because it's been like 4 months since we've done this program, oh my God, I was working muscles that I forgot already were worked out. And now they're like, you're ignoring me. And after lunch and a brief nap tonight, or this afternoon,
Hi, sweetie.
both me and my grandmother tried new things that she doesn't normally do. Like we said, if you can't do something, you modify to your level. Well, she tried something that she doesn't normally do, and she ends up hurting her knees a little bit. So she didn't go to one of her afternoon sing-alongs with her elderly people, her friends. She needed to just get off her knees before they started swelling. And then I felt fine after my nap. The connection between my brain and my tongue's not working just yet. After my nap, I got up to let this one into the house, and everything was stiff. My calves were hurting and in pain from hopping around on my toes in the pool. So I definitely got a workout more than I thought I did this afternoon. Or actually, it was this morning, but it feels like much sooner than that. Like I just got out of the pool. But that's good, because now I know that different routine, even though before it felt like nothing, was actually doing something. Mm-hmm. So I told Grandma, well, you got 2 days of rest, because this aqua class in Sunnyvale only happens Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. So today's Wednesday. She's got until Friday morning to relax, and we're going to go do it again.
And then this time around, perhaps, I never want to discourage someone from trying something, but at the same time, if you definitely know you're not there yet, don't hurt yourself. So more modification until you're ready to get that far.
Until we're
always
ready.
Important. And I will say it just because I know we have at least one wrestler watching, Hikia, that my first experience training for in-ring combat, they called it Hell Week, but it lasted a whole month. Complete false advertising. Basically, and no joke, legitimately beat the crap out of us for 2 hours every freaking night, maybe more, depending on.
Sleep well, didn't it?
Depending on, well, I don't know about well. I slept, that's for sure. 2 hours, possibly more, each night that we went into training. It wasn't even every day of the week. Oh my God, I don't know how we would have done it if it was every day. And I had, when I signed up to start wrestling, I did. It was just after Benoit died in 2006. So I think I had at least 6 months on my own before I ever had to step into training to work on anything I wanted. And They're fired. Uh, so I had 6 months to myself and had no money. Like, I didn't have a gym membership. We had a really crappy room at our apartment complex that had one of those universal. Geez, there were no cars for hours before this happened, and now we just picked the right time. So yeah, so we had this crappy little itty bitty room. It had a treadmill, a couple of dumbbells, and a barbell, and that universal machine that has like 4 sides but maybe 8 machines on it. And the cables were fraying so that when you used it, A, it didn't move very well, but B, metal shards would literally fly off of the things as you used it. So you had to wear eye protection to work out in there.
And make sure you had your tetanus shot.
Legit, right? So they had that, and they had a pool which they kept heated, and it was open until 10 o'clock. And hey, by the time you get out there 8, 9 o'clock at night, the rest of the working people are not in it. You've got the pool all to yourself. So I was like, well, here's what can I do? I started attaching anything, like even the strap weights on your legs. I would attach them to like the industrial shelving poles in my room, and I would use those to do all sorts of lift weight stuff. One of the Miss Olympias, I took one of her books, and I was just doing those routines. I got Tony Little, and I did the lower body workout with him, and then I got like Jenny Greggins that did her ab thing. I'm like, because it's all I could afford. I found like cheap secondhand used stuff, and I was doing that. And I did my own little bit of weightlifting in the room with much safer strung together pieces of crap.
I even have Billy Blank's turbo kickboxing,
Right?
or not turbo, Taibo
Oh,
kickboxing.
baby, I haven't tried that yet, and I keep wanting to.
I got a copy from my high school gym teacher. She made a copy for me so I
nice.
could exercise at home. That's how old it is.
You let her, tell her she's a little thief. Awesome for her doing that, though. So I did that, and then I made it my goal to, last thing in the night, to swim 30 minutes straight. And by swim, I don't mean Olympic style. Man, it was literally the bottom of the line swim you could do. I would dog paddle across one way, and I would go on my back the other way, so like making water angels. Both arms out, doing this, sort of like
Andre the Giant.
squid, and my legs would do little paddles out to the, so I would do dog paddle one way, that the other way, 30 minutes straight, alarm clock goes off, I'm up and out. It was kind of warm, now it's freezing. I run back to my apartment and in the shower for like half an hour, enjoying the hot water. And I did that all 6 months to prep for in-ring training. And then, even then, with 30 of us starting, and they whittled us down to 6 people within a very short period of time, the first night, people were injured. Like the second week, some folks came in who had no idea what we're doing, like those massive rounds of squats where every person in the circle equals 20 squats. So that means if you have 5 people in the circle, how many squats are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just focusing. You said massive round squats.
Yes, it was. It was massive. You have 13 people in the first night. If you've never done that many squats in a row all in the same time, meaning you cannot use your own timing, it's tough. And I had worked out. We had guys who were falling out, who were quitting in the middle, who just stopped doing them. And I'm like, I'm coming from behind trying to be, I had that girl mentality of, I'm in a room full of boys. I cannot afford to show weakness. I cannot afford to cry. I cannot afford to quit. Out of that 13 times 20, so that's 130, 260 squats. Out of 260 squats, I literally missed 2, not 2 sets, 2 squats, because I was hurting so bad by round 12 that I had to take a squat and wait for a second to breathe, and then I went back into it. The only 2 I missed. Everybody else was way worse. There was like 2 or 3 guys who did the whole thing no problem. And then we got, we had guys who had blown their quads out. I was weak on the upper body, so I blew my triceps out the first week. They were swollen to twice the size. There's something to be said for learning to modify. In that situation, I didn't have a choice about modifying. That's why I probably should have looked into a lot more training beforehand. I just didn't have the money or the knowledge to know what I needed. I just did the best I could, and I was in way better shape going in than I would have been. But modification is very important, because every time you go into a situation where you get hurt, 2 things happen. 1, now you have a mental block about what you can and can't do because you got hurt doing it. And 2, now you get an injury that you have to get over before you can do anything anyway. So 2 times 2. It's not just one incident. You're like, oh, when I'm better. No, now your head's like, oh, I'm scared to do that again. And I totally have that about a bunch of stuff that I have to break. So remember that it's super important
I'm hoping Grandma doesn't have that mentality. She says, no,
Yeah.
I'll be ready by Friday. She said that today, but she still has all of Thursday to get there.
Right.
And then Thursday night, she may tell me, I may not feel like it, but I'm hoping she'll be ready to go, and we'll take it a little easier. She knows to take it easy on herself. Plus, I think after the class, it would have helped if she just waded in the water, walked back and forth,
Yeah.
and just, did her own cool down.
Contrary to popular belief, warm down or cool down, whichever you'd like to call it, actually really helpful. It doesn't feel like it. Like, a lot of people are in such a hurry. They get to their workout, they leave a couple minutes early because they know they're just going to do stretching or whatever at the end. I'm like, I ain't got time for that crap. I got time for that.
And our teacher did have a cool down in the water, but every single class I've had their cool down, I know to stretch a good muscle, you need to hold it for at least 30 seconds.
Yep, that's important.
None of them ever do that.
Sometimes
I'm lucky if I can hold it for
intense.
5 seconds before they change position and try to stretch something else.
Auntie Michelle, hello. And one of my challengers is on. Hi there. Can't wait to get started. She was my first to ask about joining, and she's wonderful. I can't wait to see how she does this coming week. And then with Chris, hey, Chris Garcia, man, we never got together for taco night, and now I don't know if I can. Right. Shh, don't get me started. Okay, we're gonna end this because I'm hungry as hell. So I'm gonna go
get food, and then we're gonna go into nature and burn off all those calories.
What do I call it? Mission Regional Preserve.
Yes.
They're open till 8.
It sounds like we're gonna go make jam.
I had so many problems finding places that were open past sunset. And I'm like, well, if they're open to 8, they probably have their own lighting. Yes.
I hope so. And
they
it
have
looks
cows,
like they have real trails that have been paved.
Rolling hills.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We'll go live for a little bit over there.
Because it's cold. I got my beanie. My sister's got her beanie.
I do. Oh, and you don't see it all yet, but like, you can see socks. She says this is beanie day. She told me what she was going to do her workout is beanie day. So I've got the minion beanie she got me is going on at the park.
One eyeball at the top.
I brought my own glasses, and I wanted to match the beanie.
She's gonna scare the mountain lions away.
And I've got this, which team's like, you should have worn that shirt yesterday.
Namaste home.
Namaste home. She's like, why didn't you wear that yesterday with yoga? I'm like, oh, I was trying to be positive. I didn't want to discourage anybody. I'm like, now I can wear it because we already did the yoga workout, and we'll go again at some point.
So yes, today is Beanie Wednesday.
Thank you, Auntie Michelle. I love you too. We're going to have to, next time you come out, you have to do walkies with us. I just looked up a whole bunch of awesome places trying to talk her into Natural Bridges and Año Nuevo.
And we know you got a back issue just like I have a back issue, so if I can do it, you can do it.
Easy walking. And lots of park benches just in case. We want to see the butterflies living the monarch hatching station at Natural Bridges and the elephant seal pupping over at Año Nuevo. We're going to do it.
Okay. So we're going to go get healthy dinner and into the wild we go.
Yes, bye-bye.